Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
So much. So for those of you who don't know, Teen the Streets is our segment where we just figure out what's going on. What's the Teen the Streets? Is it herbal? Is it verbal? Well, we're going to find out.
Is it herbal or is it verbal?
I like that. All right. And so we got a couple special Teen the Streets that I'm going to go ahead and let Diamond take the lead on. Go ahead.
All righty then.
The first one is regarding people that have secret animosity towards you.
Oh, come on
What?
now. We going in hot.
That's tea on the street.
That's tea on the
I
street.
think the most dangerous person you can have around you is a person who has secret animosity towards you. Like, what's that in your heart to be able to have that much ill will towards somebody? To be able to have that much hate or that much jealousy towards someone. And a person who has animosity towards you, this is what my problem is with people like this. Because they give the most backhanded compliments. They give the most backhanded congratulations. And you just never really know what their heart's intent actually is, because most times it's not pure. And my thing is, this is what runs me insane. This is so weird to me. Like, if you failed, that person would be able to sleep good at night. If something happened to you, they would probably silently celebrate your downfall or your failure. That secret animosity is devious. They're waiting for you to fail. What makes it even more dangerous is that the person who has secret animosity towards you will usually try to get close to you. They will usually try to pretend that they're your friend. They'll have that dagger just waiting to stab you in your back, waiting to see you fail, waiting to corrupt whatever it is that you built. And that's sad. That's that blow you never see coming. You never see it coming. I don't understand it. There's too much love in this world to receive, and it's too much love to give. If you just hate a person simply because they're successful, or because they have something great about themselves, or they have a gift, or you see their value, if you just simply hate a person for that, like they ain't did nothing to you, that screams self-hate. That screams self-loathe. Because there's just
Baby, I could just go all day with that, because all you're doing, and let me just jump on in. I had to put that there because it's Thanksgiving. You know, we're getting into the holiday season. It's time to come into the new year. It's time to start washing out that buffoonery so that we can, give a hand clap, because we all want to receive everything that God has for us. And if we are secretly holding something against someone, or you just don't like, first of all, if you just don't like a person, just exit center stage. Don't even waste your time being in the presence, because it's only hurting you. And if you have something that you really care about, deal with it. Deal with it so you can clear your heart and you can move on. But again, it's time to let that stuff go. Sonia, you got anything to say to that?
You know, as you were saying that, I was thinking about how people have a tendency, because they want to be in that person's situation, they admire them, but instead of the positive aspects of what they should be taking it in, they end up turning it into something negative, and they become envious, and they do things to try to create a downfall. And what happens is it reverses. So, he will reverse the curse. So when you decide that, okay, this person has something or is something that I want to be, and it's really a sense of admiration, but they turn it around and it becomes bad.
Oh, I like that.
Good. You got to be careful the ditches you dig in life.
Oh, yeah, because you'll fall into it.
It just might be just for you.
That part.
You know, I love what both of you said. Lawrence, you used to always say you don't want anyone to, what's the word you always use? You don't want nobody to, help me out. You know, when you say you don't want anyone to,
it's like idolize.
Yes. Or either, you know how someone would say, oh, I wish.
Oh, don't envy me.
Don't envy. Yeah. Don't envy you. You know, don't envy someone else. You know, just celebrate that person. And if you don't have anything positive to say, don't say nothing. I'm gonna take this over to the other side of the younger generation. Aaron, what do you have to say in regards to that?
Honestly, I think about. Okay, so there was an interesting video I saw recently, and it was talking about how, literally this whole video was like babies interacting with snakes, right? It's so crazy. They were trained, so everything was safe. But the idea is that the babies were taught to fear. They're taught to fear things, and then they're really good at reading people's faces, right? So that's how they're learning how they react. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing that, right? And in a similar way, I kind of wonder, just
when people like, because there are just some people where it's like that is almost like ingrained in them, or it's just something that's so deep, like you can look at them and you see it on them. So I kind of I wonder, like, what do you think? Like, is that something that's kind of taught? Is that something that's just reinforced?
Ooh.
Is that because the idea is like, oh, like that thing is great, but why does that person have it and I don't? So is that like a perspective thing that's like, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I like that.
I think that's centered around a deep level of insecurity
Ooh.
within one's own self. When you envy and jealous of another person, where they are in their lives, you know, you got to have some kind of self.
Low. You think less
Yeah.
of yourself. I agree with you. It's insecurity.
You see me as something high, but I'm no higher than you are.
Right.
What you looking at?
Right.
What
makes
makes you
want-
measuring to?
Yeah. Well, first of all, for someone to look down on someone else is really a reflection of how they feel about themselves. So remember, when you are sitting here thinking,
And that's looking down or looking up.
right, it's still how you measure
Yeah.
yourself. So really start checking yourself. Now I'm gonna move on over here to Diamond. What do
Mhm.
you have to say on that?
I would say don't try to put yourself or don't try to feel like you have to be like someone else, because you never know what that person went through to get into that position.
Oh,
Right.
all right then.
And
Stay in your own
and
lane.
Before we
Okay.
close that out, I want to say this one thing. If you know somebody, I'm gonna look at the camera when I say this. If you know somebody envy you or jealous of you or trying to slander your name, don't give that individual a whole lot of energy.
Oh,
Don't give that person a whole lot of energy. They did the same thing to Christ Jesus. Remember?
I love that.
They did the same thing to him, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna pray for you."
I love that you said that. In other words,
Come
don't
on,
waste your.
Brother
You know, one thing about you that I absolutely love, even though in the midst when it's going on, we don't want to hear it, but it's always powerful and positive words. When we're giving someone that you can clearly see energy and they're bringing negative and they clearly has nothing good, and you give them that energy, you're giving your power away.
Yeah.
It drains your energy.
It does. So you
Mhm.
just have you see it for what it is and keep it pushing.
You got in the mud with the individual.
Oh,
So I'm not getting in the mud. I'm too clean. I'm too fresh to be getting in the mud.
all right then, Brother Carter. Well, we gonna move this thing on. We got something else for y'all.
Well, actually, we had a few comments that I wanted to share with y'all
Before we move off of this, okay.
Because I think this really resonated with a lot of people. Herman Lane from YouTube had said, "Yes, I can totally relate to my surrounding of people. You know, like who you let in." Right?
Yes.
Abraham James from YouTube said, "If you don't like someone by how successful they are, then if you don't like someone by how successful they are, then that's a shame."
Mm.
And then Michael Jordan, we got Mr. Michael Jordan in the house.
Michael is always in the house. Good morning.
He said, "Don't you guys get tired of stating facts? Legitimately, true facts."
Mm-hmm.
Richard, he was tuning in during his rush hour this morning, and he's so glad that he got to tune in. And we had Jared Davis from Facebook also saying, "Before looking down on someone, people should look on themselves first."
Oh, and I see one up there from Monique. What is she saying?
Let's see, from Monique, she said,
Good morning, Monique.
Good morning.
"You have to know discernment and understand not all people are your people. Never expect you from others."
Oh, come on. And Susan
Oh,
got
you got to repeat that. That
Yeah,
respect
no,
you
let's,
from
let's,
others.
let's,
Come
let's,
on.
sit on that one.
Now that's a word for you right
That
there.
was a word. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
you have
Yes.
to know discernment, understand not all people are your people. Never expect you from others. That second line, I'm like,
That,
Yes.
that was bold.
Mhm.
That was
I
powerful.
mean, I can't drop the mic, but I can drop my water cap.
That was
Improvisation.
And
Go
I
ahead.
think, go ahead. Susan's up here. What did Susan say? Because we're gonna say good morning. They coming in
Susanna
here.
Babin said, "Sometimes we just drained out spreading all the good energy, and in the last, all you have is an empty space."
Oh, come on. Look at Kevin. They popping in here.
Man, Kevin over
Yes.
here, he's saying people should know you are not the center of attention all the time.
Come on now.
Man,
I love y'all. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we
What
got
Richard said on Facebook.
yeah. Look over there on Facebook. Don't be leaving.
Yeah,
Richard,
Richard
read
was coming in saying,
We-
like he's so excited to be tuning in from rush hour. He almost
Yes.
missed me. He's so glad that he's here.
All righty then. Let's go on over to the next one.
Awesome, Diamond. You want to describe it?
You want to bring it on up?
Yes. So this Tea in the Streets is a recap from last Saturday's recording, and it's a little snippet of us celebrating our 100,000 plus subscribers.
Some behind the scenes. Y'all get to party with us. Yes.
I love
You
it.
know, we
Mhm.
thank you, Diamond. You did a really good job at putting those clips together, and at least bringing the family in to be able to celebrate with us. So, you guys, we could not have done it without you all. And
Mhm.
when I tell you, we had fun. But I want to give a special shout out this morning to Consuela's Kitchen and her
Mhm.
staff. They did an
Amen.
amazing job.
Amen.
They
Hand
always- if
clap
you-
over there.
If
Hand
you
clap.
guys are looking for a catering company, they travel, they go worldwide, wherever you want. They are first class. I say check them out. That's the only one I use.
Mhm.
Also, I want to give the guests that were on the show. Stephanie, come on, nobody can say it like you say. What's her last name?
Burrell.
Okay, then. Burrell. And then, of course, we had Adonis Mitchell, and we had Tierra, Sade. Yeah, we
No,
had.
no.
No, that wasn't Sade.
No,
That's
no.
Tierra.
Taylor Rowe, baby. Taylor Rowe.
Oh, that's right.
Taylor
It was
Rowe.
Taylor Rowe.
Taylor Rowe.
Get it right. Wait, what? Oh, I get
You
it
be
all.
mixing them up.
I be mixing them all up. We
Yeah,
had Taylor
yeah.
Rowe on the show.
We haven't gotten to that technology.
Y'all know my brain. But when I tell you, we had so much fun. It was
Yeah.
so relaxing.
If you haven't seen the show, go back and check it out. It was
Yes.
a wonderful show.
And I want to give a special shout out to everybody that showed up, to to my staff. You guys put an amazing event. I didn't have to worry about anything. Brother Carter and I left, and we had to do another show. We emceed from it. Y'all know Brother Carter. He took over and did the whole show. We emceed for a sneaker and
Crusaders for colon cancer.
It was amazing.
Shout out
So,
to Miss Valerie over there. Great job she's doing with the Crusaders for colon cancer.
100%. So we're going to keep this ball rolling, and now it's time.